rankings.
Power rankings.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go. Through 8 weeks, entering week 9, I got 2 new teams or 2 teams back on the list. And it starts at number 10, back on the list. And I'm not just saying this because he's slated to be our guest on tomorrow's show. I'm not saying that because he's not on hold.
It doesn't hurt, though.
I know, but he might see the video.
I don't know, but that's not why he's on the list. It's not why he's back on the list. It's because they lead the AFC North. Ravens back on the list.
You just made the list.
Ravens back on the list.
I think that's fair.
And we have a photograph of Roquan Smith.
Quan.
Yes.
He's wearing number 18 for the Ravens.
He is wearing number 18. He's traded in 58 to 18. Guess what? Roquan Smith has been added. They are now 1.5 games clear of the next team on the standings. Right below them, the Bengals, who are off the list. I can't keep them on the list after I saw that.
I think that's
You were off the
fair.
list.
On Monday night.
You're off the list.
The Ravens are back on it. They're 10th on this list, and they're leading the AFC North, and they are taking on New Orleans next week, and that is a big Monday night game. Cameron Jordan, who's going to be chasing around Lamar Jackson, will be on, I believe, Friday's show. That's the way we're rolling here.
And they have a very favorable schedule, Rich.
So Baltimore's at New Orleans, and then they got a bye. I like them. They're number 10 on my list. Number 9, down 4 spots.
Ooh.
Down 4 spots, the New York Football Giants. They're still there.
Yeah,
They're 6-2.
I get that.
They're 6-2. We got a photograph of Saquon, who still is running as well as we've seen him run since he came off the campus at Penn State. Love what I'm seeing out of him, and this Giants team finally couldn't just flip a switch in the third quarter and start doing things that they were having trouble doing in the first half, and then their opponents started making mistakes, and that was their formula for winning games. Seattle just put the pedal to the metal, and that's why they're now up 2 spots. The Seattle Seahawks are 8th on my power rankings list, and I know I'm ranking them higher than most people, but guess what? This is Geno Smith's time. This is Geno Smith's time, and their offense is beginning to click. We're seeing Lockett, and we're seeing DK Metcalf catch touchdowns like the Russ days, like the good old Russ Cooking days. And Kenneth Walker's doing it, too.
Kenneth Walker.
The Seattle Seahawks are up 2 spots, and they are 8th on this list of my power rankings through week number 8. They are your leaders in the NFC West.
Okay.
Number 7 on this list, up a spot. And fresh off of renewing for all of us to see their ownership of the Houston Texans. The Tennessee Titans are sitting right there, and we're going to see tonight. On Sunday night. We're going to see on Sunday night if they're worthy of going up another spot and being 7th on my power rankings list, because they're taking on a team that's sitting in the top 5. The Tennessee Titans. Boy, I would love to see it a little bit more out of the wide receiver position. A.J. Brown being in Philadelphia is still one of those week-to-week things we're just like, what the hell is that all about?
The hell going on?
How would this team look if they had just decided to pay A.J. Brown and figure everything else out down the road? But they're 7th on my power rankings list. Number 6, back on the list. And I know they're above the team that they're looking up at in the standings, but I'm putting the San Francisco 49ers back on the list at 6.
Come on.
Okay.
You just made the list.
They're back on it.
Serious?
They're back on it. Oh, yeah, I'm serious. And they showed you.
Why not?
I said it the other day. I'll repeat it. Christian McCaffrey scored 3 different ways. Kittle scored. Ayuk scored because McCaffrey threw one to him. Jimmy Garoppolo threw a touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey, who made an acrobatic grab that you'd think that's worthy of a Pro Bowl receiver. Kittle caught one in the back of the end zone. They looked like that, and Debo didn't even suit up. And the defense put the bang thing on the Rams in the second half. They swept the Rams. They swept out for the best they could do. Immediately, the memory of losing that game in that building to the Rams last year for the right to go play the Super Bowl in that building. And the 49ers are on a bye, and you're going to get back even healthier. Man, do I love them the way that they look right now. Number 5 on the list, cracking the top 5 for the first time, are the Minnesota Vikings. I like what they have been doing the last few weeks. They have kind of shut me up ever since I'm like, let's see what you can do after they got spanked in week 2 Monday night, or that Monday night doubleheader in Philadelphia. They have won every single game since then, And this is a fascinating game for Minnesota coming up at Washington. You know, this is the proverbial game they should win, I guess. Then they're at Buffalo week 10. And we'll see what's what. My top 4 on my power rankings list. Stay like a before. Like the rent in The Godfather Part 2. Cowboys 4, Chiefs 3, Eagles 2, Bills 1. That's my power rankings. Bengals, Jets out, Ravens, Niners back in. There you have it. Thoughts, comments? I didn't hear much. You were complaining about the Niners because you got Shanahan hate.
Just a little too high.
He's got the he sprays the Shanahan haterade around.
I don't know. I think something happened with those two at some point.
The shaderade.
You could have had them 10. You could have had them 10.
Why? They didn't look like the 10th best team in the NFL. They looked like the best team in the NFL. And the reason why I'm not putting them there is because they're 4-4, and I think the Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, and maybe the Cowboys are better. I think the Niners, they look like that going to Minnesota, going to Dallas. They're winning those football games, man. But they're too inconsistent for me to put them in my top 5. And the Vikings have won 5 in a row. You got to give them the credit where it's due.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about because I had an overreaction Monday that we didn't even get to. That was once fully healthy, the Niners are the best threat to knock off the Eagles in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, speaking of McCaffrey, we just got to give some props. David Patton, when we were talking about the throw for a touchdown, run for a touchdown pass, we forgot to mention, and this is on Brockman because this was his guy. He actually did it too. So it was LT, Walter Payton, McCaffrey, and
apparently there's like 10 guys who have done it.
I'm just talking. Well, Patton was the name we just left out.
Well, again, he's the only one though to do it with at least 30 yards rushing in the same game.
Ooh, okay.
And he had 94 yards rushing on Sunday.
That's a problem.
He's good at football.
He is that. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.